Okay, means you already went live. Okay, and let me see here. Okay, then right now is stream inception. Let's turn this on. Okay, so it says that I have 3 people watching right now. If you're watching, can you please post a comment and let me know if you can hear me? I'm just gonna wait. I'm live streaming right now, you guys. Yeah. Thanks for taking Fendi out. Oh, okay, yay! Renee said he could hear me, and so can Karen. Yay! Happy to see you guys. I'm just gonna wait a little longer. Oh, I'm the rock star. Thanks. I just to let you guys know, there is a little bit of lag I noticed when I tried testing it out on my other channel. Um, yeah, I'm even seeing the lag right now. So it's gonna be a little bit weird. It's gonna be a little bit wonky. This is the first time I'm doing this. But this process is so important. I get asked this all the time. How do you get your note back to 100% battery? So I have my husband's phone right here, and he is charged up to 58%. I know that in the tutorial I say, hey, charge up to 60%, but I think this is good enough. Um, so Karen, Renee, do you guys have any questions for me while we wait for more people to come on? I'm looking at my phone, on my Note7. I'm watching what you guys are saying. So right now it's 6:03. So I think that we're gonna wait until 6:05ish before we start. So I have the tutorial up here so that we can follow this step by step, and then you guys can ask questions along the way. Okay. Renee said, DP, I have download anything before I start. What does DP mean? Oh, do you have to download anything before you start? Yes, you do. Actually, that's part of the tutorial. See, right here I have tools, files you need to download, and then the steps go on how to prepare your PC, how to prepare your phone, everything. So I put everything right here that you need to download. Oh, somebody just asked to join. Let me go ahead and accept them. Welcome, Joshua. Welcome, Shelby. Welcome to the Alliance. All right. And so right now it says that we have, let me see, how many more people? Okay, so we still only have 3 people watching. And that is okay. Let's get started. Okay, so in order to find this tutorial, you would need to go to the lovely Note7Alliance.com. Just simply type in Note7Alliance.com and then it'll take you here. If you're not a member, then you would need to register and sign up and then log in. It is all free and you'll have access to all the information. So after you log in, we are going to go to where it says help and support. And here we're going to have the tutorial section. So here is where we have all of the proven methods that actually work for a majority of the fixes that we have with the Note7. And we'll continue to add to this. You know, people need to make suggestions or whatever I come across, and then we'll just continue to add to this. And so right now we're going to go to get your Note7 from 60% to 100% battery. And there's my lovely pink Catwoman name because I made this tutorial. And so let's get started with the tools. So the first thing that you're going to need is a Windows PC. Unfortunately, you can't use Mac or Linux to actually do this process because the program that we're going to use is called Odin, and right now it only works for Windows PCs. Next thing you're going to need is your USB Type-C cable, preferably the one that actually came with your Note. And you guys know that that is very important. I'm going to show mine here, my USB Type-C cable. Oh, I have a tangled mess over here. Sorry, guys. So yeah, got my USB Type-C cable here. And I'm going to plug that into my computer, my laptop. And then you're going to need your lovely Note7. My husband has a picture of me on there because he loves me. Okay. So the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to download these files. These are all the files that you're going to need to actually do the flashing process. Now the first program is called WinRAR, and what this does, what I've noticed, is the best program to extract zip files. And you're going to extract the Odin file, and you're also going to extract your firmware. And WinRAR is free, which is great. I already have WinRAR, so I don't need to download it, but I'll show you what the site looks like when you go to download it. So you would go to WinRAR, and here you could buy it. It still works if you don't buy it. So you could just download here. Now, if you know that your computer, your Windows, is a 64-bit, you're going to click here. Or if it's a 86-bit version, you're going to go here. And if it's not, if it's just a regular 32-bit version, you're going to go to where you're just going to click right here and you're going to download. The way to know if your PC is a 32, 64, 86, I have a Windows 7, so you're going to see the process of how that works. So you're just going to hover over computer, you're going to click on properties, and then it's going to show you the components of your PC. Okay? And so right here it says that my PC is a 64-bit operating system. And Renee, I see that you have that question. So I hope that I'm answering your question. You asked, what if you don't know LMAO? So I hope that I'm answering your question, that what if you don't know what type of PC you have? So this is actually a 64-bit. And that's how you will know what you have. It would be the similar process if you have a Windows 10 or if you have a Windows 8. You just need to go to wherever your computer is, and then you would look that up. Here's another way. So I'm actually going to go my computer folder, and then I'm going to right click, and I'm going to go to properties, and then this same window is going to pop up again with all of your system specs. And I really hope that, I know that some of you guys that are watching this already know how to do this, but this is a very, very beginner type process. A lot of people that actually have the Note 7, they don't really, they've never really flashed before or anything, and they love this phone so much that they want to learn how to do this, even if they have no prior experience of any customization to their phone. So this tutorial is for you guys, the beginners, and I've worked with a lot of you guys, so I hope that this helps you guys. Okay, so now that we know what we have, I already actually have mine installed. If you use Chrome, everything downloads automatically over to your downloads folder, and as you can tell, I have already downloaded my firmware, and I'm going to show you guys where to actually get the firmware. So I'm going to go back here. So the next thing is your firmware, which is actually another post that we have here on our Note 7 Alliance page. So here it is. When you click on it, this is the page that it's going to take you. And here we have the list of all of the firmwares. These are all the firmwares that's going to get you to 100%. And it doesn't matter, what carrier you have or what country you have. We've actually covered all of them. So these are the best firmware that you can actually use to get your phone back to 100%. Now there are other firmwares, like for example, you see here PHE, like the way that it ends, and then PI4. There are other firmwares that were from the past. And what happened was when Samsung did the recall and gave everybody the new set of phones for them to exchange into, a lot of the times the firmware was already installed in it, or it would happen very quickly when you got your device, that it would have a section for you to actually update, and then you would get these firmwares. And what these firmwares did at the time was it would give everyone a green battery indicator saying that this phone has been exchanged. That's all it really means. That it was exchanged, and that hopefully it had the new batteries. Actually, not hopefully, but that it did have the new batteries. But another thing that this firmware did was actually prevent the phone from being able to be rooted, because the bootloader is actually encrypted by Samsung. And another provision that it has is that you cannot go backwards in your firmware. So when your firmware actually got updated to 60%, everyone was seeing that the last three letters of the firmware was actually PK1. And what that does, it downgrades your battery to where it could only charge up to 60%. And it also really did make the phone very slow. A lot of people did notice that. It wasn't as effective as it was before it went over to that new firmware. And with these firmwares here, it's weird because you can go forwards and backwards between PK1 and PHE, or PI4 and PK1. You can go forwards and backwards between the PK1 firmware and these firmwares, but you cannot go further back. And a lot of people are actually really, really upset about that, because they don't have the ability to root their phones so that they can make any kind of enhancements or put any custom ROMs for it. And that's mainly it, So if you guys could just let me know in the comment section if I should, continue on to the next one. But yeah, this is where you find your firmware. So now that I explained the whole firmware debacle, I'm going to let you guys know how it is to know which is the right firmware for you. So right here we have the model numbers. and for you to kind of know at a glance the carrier and the country that you're in, and then obviously the firmware name. So I'm going to show you guys the firmware that my husband has. So every time I open up the screen, it has this, and yes, this is the picture of me that he has. So right here on the screen, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go down to settings, and I like to go you could go through it through the apps options, but I like to just scroll down and then click on the little wheel. So I'm gonna click on that little wheel, okay, and then I'm getting a notification from somebody. All right, and then I'm gonna scroll down to general management, and I'm gonna click on general management. And when I go to general management, it's gonna have a whole bunch of specs about my phone. And the main thing that I want to go to is the device name, the model number, or the baseband version. This is what's going to tell you what type of phone you have. So as you can tell, I'm going to bring it a little closer. I have N930A. Okay, so that's what it ends with, N930A. Okay, and so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go over here to the model number, and I'm going to see, hey, this is me right over here. And you could just simply click on it, and then it'll start downloading to wherever it is that you download. Or you could just right click on the link and then click save as, save link as, and then you can put it in any folder that you would like to put it in. Okay, and so I just created this folder here just for the tutorial purposes. Okay. So I was just looking down at the comment section just to see if you guys have any questions. Make sure that you guys are following along. Okay. All right. So now that we got that out the way and we have downloaded our firmware, the next thing that you're going to download is Odin. And what you're going to download is actually Odin 3.12.3. I've noticed that this one has been the one that has been most successful with people. There have been some instances where you download 3.11.1 or 3.11.2, and upon further testing, we realized that it wasn't actually the Odin. It was actually the drivers. And so I know that I skipped over the Samsung switch. I want to leave that for last just because this is going to be the first thing that we're going to do. Okay. So with Odin, you could always go to their website and download it, but we just provided a link where you could just download it, directly from the Note7 Alliance website, because we know that this is the best version, and in case anything were to happen or this version would go away or they would make any changes, we know that it's going to stay here in the community. So it's here right now. But definitely shout out to Odin. You're awesome. Okay. Without Odin, we couldn't be able to get our notes back to 100%. Okay. All right, so the last thing that I'm actually going to talk to you guys about is the Samsung Smart Switch. Okay, so the Samsung Smart Switch is, a lot of people have it on their phones so that they can transfer data from one phone to the next. But if you actually download it onto your PC, it actually has the best drivers for the Note 7. And when I was doing this process with a lot of people, we were using many different types of drivers, trying to find if it was this driver, if it was that driver. But then we came to find out that every time you install Samsung Smart Switch program for your PC, you will always have the best drivers so that your computer can recognize your Note 7. Okay? All right. So I did also want to just mention one more thing about the Odin. Just like the same way how you would download the firmware would be the same thing with Odin. You would just click on it, or you can right click and then click save link as, and then we're just going to put it in this same folder here. So I'm just going to hit save. It's a very small file. It downloads really quick. Ooh, this one says that it failed. So now I know that I need to fix that link. But I do have the Odin here somewhere actually. Let me put it up on my download. Here it is. So I'm just going to open up another folder. This isn't something that you would normally do, but I'm just gonna put this in the folder that I created here for the tutorial purposes. No. Okay, hold on. I need to find out where that is. Document. There we go. Okay. All right. So now that we got that out the way, we can go on to the next step. Oh, so somebody else just joined. So I just want to say hi to TDUQUEFJC1. You put two smiley faces, and I know it's because I probably don't have it as together as I should for someone who's done it so many times. But I've actually never actually flashed the Note7, but I've helped a lot of people do it by just talking to them and troubleshooting with them and seeing what they have on their screen and guiding them, but I've never actually flashed it myself. So this is going to be monumental. The person who has showed so many people how to flash is going to do it themselves. What kind of results is she going to have? Hopefully good ones if I follow my tutorial correctly. Thanks, Karen. Thanks for telling me that I'm doing great. I know I'm not the smoothest out there like some people who got everything together, but this process is not smooth whatsoever, and it's not a glamorous process. It's not a pretty process, but it's a process that needs to get done if you want to get your Note7 to where you want it to be. Okay. All right. So step one would be to prepare your computer. So we're going to download WinRAR, and then we're going to install it, and then it's going to be on your PC, which I already have it, so I don't need to do that. But essentially, you would just download the file, you would follow the prompts, and then it would take you over to the completed process. Okay. All right. So the next thing is going to be to install the drivers onto your computer. So again, you would just download the Samsung Switch for PC, and then you would add it, and you would install it. You would go through the prompts, and then you would bring it up. So right here it says that once the application has been installed, then you open it up on your PC, and then this is what it looks like when you open it up. Mine says 930A because that's the phone that we have. We have AT&T, my husband and I. But obviously, if it was a different phone, it would say one of these models right here. So just to make you guys aware of that. Now, when I was doing testing with the actual Samsung Smart Switch, for some reason it just wouldn't show up. So even though I have this application here open, right now in front of the screen, from what I'm showing right here, because I have another monitor where I'm looking at what I'm doing, um, above this monitor, it doesn't show this actual Samsung Smart Switch application. So you're not going to be able to see it. But this is the picture that it would look like if it was plugged in. And so what I'm going to do right now is I'm actually going to get my husband's phone. Okay, because what we're going to want to do is we want to, before we start doing anything else, is we want to make sure that our computer recognizes our phone before we start flashing or doing anything. Because if we do not have the right drivers, if our computer cannot communicate with this device, when you try to actually run the Odin process and flash it, it can actually brick the phone, or you're just going to get a fail, or it's just not going to succeed. And obviously what you want is to be able to succeed with the flashing process. Okay? Renee, you're so funny. I'm not going to repeat what you said, but you're funny. Okay. So the next step is going to be that after we have the Samsung Switch application, we're going to go to our actual Note 7. And I'm sorry, it's the light from my chandelier is blinding you guys. So we're going to go to our Note 7s, and then again, just like before, the stupid pop-up is going to come up. This is why everybody wants to flash this phone, because we're tired of these notifications. And then obviously, you're going to go to settings, which is going to take you here. And then you're going to go to developer options. And to get to developer options, you just scroll all the way down, and then you're going to see developer options right there, and then you're going to click on it. Oops, I just turned off debugging mode. What we want to do is turn on debugging mode. Hold on. So when you actually first have developer options, debugging mode is not going to be on if you never previously had it on. And so what you're going to want to do is actually turn on your debugging mode by pressing the little knob to that side. Hold on, let me just do it from here. So, and then you're going to get this message saying, oh, you sure you want to allow USB debugging, all the provisions, and you're just going to hit OK. Okay, so after you have USB debugging mode on, hold on. After you have USB debugging mode on, the next thing that you're going to want to do is you're also going to want to make sure that OEM unlock is enabled, and it's going to be the same process. So you're just going to look for it here. I don't know if you can tell, it's right there. Oh, I just turned it off. Alright, and then I'm going to press turn on. I have to do it like this, you guys. Sorry, I know it's not weird. And in order for you guys to see the words, I have it like on a mirror image. So when I go right, it goes left. So it's kind of confusing. But bear with me, please. Okay. Oh, you don't see developer options, Renee. Okay. Alright. I'm going to show you how to go to developer options. But let me just show you one last thing that we're going to turn on, which is verify apps via USB. So to find the verify apps via USB, you just scroll down. And then sometimes the verify apps via USB is turned on when you have developer options turned on. But sometimes it's not. And so you just want to make sure that that's on. Now, for Renee, who does not have developer options turned on, the way to do it is, are you ready, Renee? All right. So the way to do it is to, again, go to your settings. Okay. And then for AT&T, the process is you scroll down to where it says General Management. Okay. And this is true for AT&T. And then, but for other carriers, it might be a little bit different. So you might want to do this process, and if you can't turn on developer options this way, then I'm going to show you a second way. Okay, so just hold on. So then after you are in General Management, okay, you're going to scroll down, and you're going to find your build number, okay? So your build number, there you go, build number, all right. And then you're going to tap that 7 or 8 times. Tap it until it says that developer options is turned on. And it's going to kind of actually give you like a little warning. So I'm just going to tap it. It's going to like tell you like, oh, you're tapping me so many times and I turned on developer options. But if you just tap it so many times, if you tap it a lot, eventually you will have developer options enabled. Okay. And then you could just go back to settings, and then you'll find developer options. So you just go back, and then you're in settings, and you scroll down, and then you'll find developer options. Now, I did want to let you know that for other devices, it might be a little bit different. For the AT&T, to find the build number, it's in the general management. But for other carriers, it might be a different process, which would be, again, to go to settings, and then when you scroll down, you'll find a section that says about. And actually, I actually have a link here to where it shows you everything that I'm showing you right here. So if you don't already have USB debugging mode on, I have it right click here for instructions. If you don't have developer options turned on, and it'll take you here. So you just tap that 7 times, and then the developer options will turn on. And these are the things that you would need to find. Okay. So I know that these look a little bit prettier than me like shoving the screen up in your face. But yeah, if you guys want to watch the pretty version, go to the website. Okay, Renee, you got Sprint. And it says, so you said on there that you got it. So I'm assuming you're saying that you got developer options turned on. So it looks like you're actually doing the step by step with me. Okay. So we're both in this together, Renee. Okay. So let me make sure that I'm not missing any questions. All right, I think I got all of your questions covered. Okay. So again, the 3 things that you want to have turned on is USB debugging mode, OEM unlock mode, verify us by USB. Those are the 3 things that you want to have turned on. Okay. And then what you're going to do is, with your USB Type-C cable, okay, you're going to connect your Note 7 to your phone. To your computer. You're going to connect your Note 7 through the cable to your laptop, okay? And what's going to happen is, your computer, some of them make a little sound like doo-doo, whatever. That's a really nice sound. It just means, hey, I'm connected. And once it's connected, your Samsung switch will then say the model number of your phone. And so because I plugged in my phone, this Note 7, to the laptop, and it's getting some kind of power, it is again telling me, hey, shut down this device. You can only charge it 60% for your safety. Love you, Samsung. Okay. Okay, Renee said, wait, what? 3? I have, okay. And what else? Okay. Verify apps via USB. So if you scroll to developer options, okay, so we have USB, you have OEM unlock, USB debugging mode on, okay, USB debugging mode on, and then verify apps via USB. Yes, Renee, verify apps via USB. I hope I'm not talking too fast for you guys. I apologize. All right. Now that we have that out the way, I have connected my phone to my PC, and it has recognized it, and it has this screen saying Samsung S930, and yeah, so I'm connected. And I know that the drivers are working because the Samsung Smart Switch, I keep saying Samsung Switch, but it's really the Smart Switch, the Samsung Smart Switch. Sorry, Samsung. But yeah, so this is what we got going on over here. So, once we know that we have all of this confirmed and that it's been recognized, we have this screen of confirmation. At this point in time, you can actually choose to back up your device, and I would actually recommend it. Because you just never know. Even if, because there are some methods that you can do when you actually flash this firmware so that you can keep your data. But what happens is the phone becomes a little bit glitchy. Either you don't get LTE service, or your keyboard is messed up, or something like that is going on. So I definitely recommend that you back up your Note 7 using the Samsung Smart Switch, because hey, Samsung and Samsung, they go together, okay? They go together. Okay, so Renee says that the PC recognizes the phone, but he doesn't see this screen. Okay, so what you're going to want to do, Renee, is you're actually going to want to open up the Samsung Smart Switch application. If you have, yeah, okay, so yours actually says SM930. It should say SM930P if it's Sprint. It should be like a little, like where the A is, that should be a P. So what you're gonna want to do is, after you have already installed the Samsung Smart Switch application program, what you're gonna want to do is, oh, saludos Marcos, buenas noches. It's okay that you're late, because this is gonna be saved, so you can just always go back to it if you wanna, if you need to learn how to do it. Like, I'm getting so many notifications. Hey, I have a question. If I flash my phone and use the use home, do you think it will affect my disabled program? And use home. Okay. I can't answer her right now because I'm doing the live stream. If anybody wants to reach out to Chelsea and answer her question about it, just let her know that I'm doing a live stream and that I'm not ignoring her. Okay? I apologize. I'm doing the live stream. Okay. So Renee, if you could just send me a confirmation of the Samsung Smart Switch program, you're just gonna go to your computer, and it might already be here, or you just have to type in Smart Switch. Oh, I spelled switch wrong. I'm a notoriously bad speller. I wish I could change that about myself. I've tried many times, but I do so many bad typos. It's really sad. Okay, so then you would just open up the Samsung Smart Switch application, and then you would plug your phone in, and then it should be able to recognize it. So. We're doing great, Marco. We're moving along slowly, but surely, answering as many questions as possible. Okay. No confirmation yet. Renee wants to know if he can send me a screenshot. Via Messenger? Yeah, go ahead. Send it to me via Messenger. I'll open up your message. Hey, Haley. I'm doing a live stream. Yeah, you can come say hi. Because I'm waiting for somebody to say something. Hi. This is my daughter, Haley. Yeah, there's people on right here. They're talking. Yeah. I'm helping them through this flash process. Okay, he just sent me a photo. Here we go. Alright, and this is a photo of what he has on here. The Samsung Smart Switch is not working. Oh man, the file's not working. Okay, Renee, I'm sorry. Give me a few minutes, you guys, and I'm going to fix that right now. Okay.
She's adorable. Oh, they're calling me adorable, Mommy. Nope. Thank you for calling me adorable. She is. I also have a sister, and she's right here. Thank you. Your mommy is the best. Oh. Are you gonna fix something? I want to answer people's comments. She is awesome. I like that. Thank you. I know. Okay, now I'm on the computer and fix it right now. Yeah, fix it. Yes, I'm gonna fix it for a second. Dominican. We are. Yes, we are Dominican, but we don't speak all the languages. We only speak like a few. Or like a few words. Yeah, we speak like a few words. Dominican. Wait, do you mean Dominicans in a bad way or? Do you mean Dominicans in a bad way? No. Of course not. Of course not. Oh, I just went live. That's right, Dominican Republic. What? He said yes. You mean it's in a bad way? Oh. No. No. That's right, Dominican Republic. But I'm only half. Why is it not working? You're still Dominican. Yeah, you're still Dominican. If you're only like half Dominican, like, are you two languages? If you're half Dominican, you're still Dominican.
Alright. I don't know what's going on.
We have been,
Alright, you guys. Let me finish up with this stream.
Okay.
Okay, Renee. You can go upstairs now. Thanks. No. Bye. Love you. You guys need to get ready for bed. Bye. Okay. Alright, let me put this thing on so that you guys can hear me in the microphone. Alright, so the link is not working. So I'm gonna fix that afterwards. So I'm sorry, Renee. It looks like you're not gonna be able to follow along with me. I apologize. But just follow my steps with the program, and then you should be able to get it through. Okay? If anything, again, you can just hit me up on Messenger, and we can figure it out. Or you can hit me up on the board in the troubleshoot section, and I'll help you out as well. But for the sake of the stream, we're just going to continue along like if the links actually work. Even though at this time they don't work. But after we finish doing the live stream, I'm going to fix that. And I apologize. And also, I want to let you guys know that if anybody's trying out any tools or anything like that, and you find out that the link is not working, like this type of situation, just let one of us know. You know, any of the, you can contact me directly, PM me, send me a message on Facebook, let me know, and then I'll fix that in a hurry. I apologize that the link was not working. Okay, so I'm going to keep going. All right. So, I already have his phone backed up, so I don't need to do that. All right. So the next thing is going to be to actually download the firmware. So right here we have the firmware. Okay. We have it like if it's already downloaded. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the firmware. Okay. And then every time you open up the firmware with With WinRAR, you're always going to get this thing says, hey, please purchase our license. But you don't actually need to purchase the license in order to continue. So you could just hit exit or you can hit OK. But either way, you can just continue on with the next part of the process. I also show you guys that, wherever it is that you guys downloaded the firmware, another way to open it up with WinRAR in case your computer doesn't already have that as a default program is by actually right-clicking on the file and then going down and choose open with WinRAR. But my computer automatically uses WinRAR for all types of zip files and things of that nature. Alright. So here we have the 4 files that we're going to need. And the firmware file is actually about 2 gigabytes. But when you extract it, it's going to be about 5, almost 6 gigabytes. Alright, so it is going to take a while. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to extract it. We're going to want to take these files out of that zip file and put it into a folder on your computer. So we're going to hit extract to, alright, and then it's going to ask you, hey, where do you want to extract this to? And it's automatically going to choose the downloads folder or wherever the firmware is. Okay, so I currently have it in my downloads folder, and what it does is it creates a folder with the name of the file already, which is very, very convenient so that you can find it after it extracts. So like I say here, when you do hit this extract button and then you have this page right here, you have this right here, you just always want to make sure that when you extract, that if for any reason there is something that goes on in the file and it extracts it, it's going to want to replace it with the file that you already have. So you always want to make sure that this is going to be chosen and then ask before overwrite yes, because that way, in case you already have a file with that name, it'll tell you. Okay. All right. So I was just looking down on my phone. I'm getting like a bunch of like pop-ups from the group and stuff. It's really hot right now. It's on fire, And they're like, where is she? And I'm live streaming. So, okay. So after we choose the destination of where we want everything to be extracted, we're going to hit OK. And then this is going to take a little bit of time. Okay. So while this is extracting, we can do other things. So we can actually move on a little bit from here. And the next thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to extract Odin. So it shows here in the tutorial that after you extract these files, you're going to have, these 4 files that are going to be extracted. One's going to start with AP, one's going to start with CL, one's going to start with CP, and the other one's going to start with CS. These are the 4 files that you're going to need in order for your phone to be flashed. Okay? Now, there are certain firmwares that have a 5th file. Not all of the firmware on the file have, not all of the firmware on the site have 5 files. Only some of them do. And what that 5th file is called home CSC. And the reason why this is actually a really good file to have is because when you actually do the flashing process, if you have that file, then your things won't get deleted. Okay, your data won't get deleted. Now the firmware will change, but your data, like your contacts, your apps, your Wi-Fi settings, your S notes, all that good stuff is still going to be on there. Okay, and it's not going to be deleted or distorted in any kind of way. I just keep looking down on my phone to see if there's any comments or anything that's going on. Okay. So right now, we're at 4 people watching. Okay. So, what we can do now is while we wait for this to extract. Oh, actually, it's almost done. So we'll just wait a little bit. While we're waiting, let's see what's happening over at the Note7 Alliance group. Oh, this is actually just going to open up the picture. So here I have, like, things going on. liking stuff. I'm gonna make sure that there isn't anybody that I need to add. Okay, there's nobody pending. That's good. John just asked me how the stream is going. He would know if he was watching. Obviously, he's not watching, so he doesn't know how the stream is going. And I'm not going to stop streaming so that I can reply to him. He should join the stream and know what's going on and how it's going. Alright, so it finished. When it finishes extracting, the folder doesn't open up. It doesn't really give you any kind of indication that it's completed, except for that window goes away. Okay, and so we can close this window, and then we're gonna go over to where we have the folder, which is in my download section. So I'm gonna go down, scroll down, scroll. I have a lot of files. No, ton of files. Okay, so Karen asks, do you recommend doing the backup through Samsung Smart Switch prior to the restoration? Yes, I do. I actually highly recommend using Samsung Smart Switch to back up your Note 7. And the reason is because it's Samsung. And Samsung go together like Samsung and Samsung. So, yes. I hope that answers your question, Karen. But I absolutely, whether or not you're going to use the home CSC file, I highly recommend that you back up your file. Your Note 7, in case there's a glitch or whatever and your stuff gets deleted. Just because technology is not perfect. Alright, so let's scroll down. I have lots of files. Okay. Probably not good that I'm showing all of my files, but hey, I'm not that popular. Okay, so here we have the 4 files. So now you see that it's, in my husband's name, downloads, and this is the folder. So here we have it here. Okay. Alright, so nobody said anything here, so I'm going to move along. So the next thing we're going to do is Odin. We're going to do Odin. So we're going to go to where I have my Odin files, and as you can tell, I only need to double click. But if, again, you could always just right click and then choose open with WinRAR. And then I'm going to extract the Odin file. Again, you need to buy. I don't need to buy. Extract to. It's going to be in the same folder. Yep. And then see, nothing happens. It doesn't say like, it's completed. It doesn't bring up the folder that you extracted. So I wish that WinRAR would do that. It would make life so much simpler. Yeah. Yeah, Luna. Alright, so then we're going to go to the Odin folder, and then this is what it's going to look like. And so, okay, Karen said awesome. Alright, so we're going to right click on Odin. And whenever you open up the Odin file, it is highly recommended that you run as an administrator. Okay, so we're going to run it as an administrator. And there's going to give you a little warning like, hey, are you sure you want to? Yes. That's why I chose it. Okay. So now we have this up. Okay. And now we're going to load our files. Okay. Why did it go black? That's weird. I just saw that there was like a glitch in the stream. Sorry, guys. Okay. So the next thing is we're going to start loading the files onto Odin. And the way that you do that is by actually clicking on these buttons. So you're going to click on BL. I always start with BL first because why not? I don't discriminate. Alright. So I start with BL and then I go to download because that's where my folder is. And so again, these match here, Like here's a neat little trick. If you're ever like, browsing something and you're like, oh, where's my file? And you have that folder up, you can actually click on a white space in that area and then it'll highlight it, okay? And then you can hit Control C to copy, or you can right click and hit copy, and then you can click here, hit backspace to delete everything, and then you could right click and hit paste, or you can hit Control V, like victory. And then once you have the location, you just click this little arrow here, and then it'll take you to where your files are. So that's a trick that I like to use whenever I'm like, oh, I don't know where my file is, or I'm just lazy and I don't feel like clicking everywhere. I just do that. And I keep looking down to see if anybody has any questions, because I'm looking at it on my Note7. But nobody has any questions so far. So we're going to move along. So because we click the BL button, all right, we're going to want to choose the file that starts with BL, okay? And so as you can see, we're going to highlight BL, and then we're going to choose open. And then it's going to start saying some stuff here saying, hey, I opened it, I checked it, and it's a legit file. And you know that it's a legit file because it's not giving you any kind of error. It's a legit file because it actually comes right on here. Okay. So the next one that we're going to do is AP, and this one I call the mother of all patience because it can take up to 10 minutes to load. And so also it really depends on how fast your computer is. But so again, it's going to remember the last folder that you opened up, so that's going to be highly convenient. And you're going to choose AP because we chose the AP button. And then we're going to choose open. And then the patience begins. And the reason why this part takes so long is because that AP file is actually about 5 gigs. It's a massive file. That's where a bulk of your information actually comes. And that's why it takes such a long time to load, because it's such a large file, especially for a Note7, because the Note7 can do so many things. It would only make sense of why that file, the firmware file, would be so big, because you could just do so many awesome things with the Note7. So right now we're just waiting. And I'm just checking to see if there's any comments, nothing. Okay, we're good. We're still waiting. Waiting. Let's see what's going on with the site in the meantime. Okay, so let's go instead actually to the Note7 Alliance site, the actual site, Note7Alliance.com. And let's see what's popping. Our lovely Aztec, aka John, has brought us some really awesome things. I'm actually going to go over to my profile so I can show you guys. If I go to my profile, you can now put your country. I live in America, so I put that there. Yay! Karen, yeah, definitely Jeopardy. Oh, my voice is like a little scratchy for the Jeopardy one, but you know what I mean. Okay. So yeah, we have like these really cool features. Let me see if it's still loading. Yeah, it's still loading because it won't respond. It won't even. I'm clicking on it. It won't even come up onto the screen. So it's still loading. So I'll just show you guys some really cool features that are on the site. So yeah, here is my flag, and you can actually always edit this. You could go to your program, and you can edit it, and then you can choose. We have so many different countries, so you can choose all these countries. You choose France. It's like, ooh, so people know that you're from France, and you know wherever it is that you have a Note7, because we're like a global community, and so many people still have these phones. It's really cool that we get to know like who has these phones and what country they have them. So yeah, that's a really, really nice feature that I like that John added. And here is another feature that we added onto the site. And I know that these might not be like, oh, the cream of the crop website or whatever, but it's something. Yeah, Helen. Hi, Sandy. This dog wants my attention. Everybody wants my attention right now. But I'm live streaming with y'all. We're going through the process. Okay, let me see if Odin came up. Yay, Odin came up. Woohoo, yay! Okay, so done with the tour. All right. So now we're going to do the next thing, CP. We're going to choose CP, open, okay? And then we're going to wait for that one to load. Shouldn't take long. Came up. CSC, because I don't have CSC home for my firmware. I'm just going to choose CSC. I'm going to choose CSC. All right, great. So now we have Odin loaded. Yay! Woo, we got it. Okay. So the next thing that we're going to do is, we followed all of these steps. I'll walk you guys through all these steps. The next thing is going to be preparing your phone. So it's time for me to prepare my husband's phone. So I'm going to disconnect his phone. Okay. Say bye-bye, please. Okay. All right. So obviously you want to make sure that USB debugging is turned on, OEM is unlocked, and verify apps via USB is on. I know that I already have it on because we did it together, but let's double check because it doesn't hurt to double check. So I'm going to go to settings and then go down to developer options and then show you guys, I still have OEM unlocked. I still have USB debugging and then verify apps via USB. So we are good. All right. So now that we got that out the way, the next thing is if you have a package disabler, enable all of your packages. I mean, it doesn't matter. You already got the 60% firmware, so there really is no need to worry about that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if he has. I believe he has some package disablers up in here. So I'm going to apps right now and just scrolling. I think I had package disabler pro in there. Yeah. Oh, Fendi. She barks when there's people. Helena, can you send her upstairs? I'm so sorry, you guys. Fendi, go upstairs. Helena, send her upstairs, please. So funny. The lovely Catwoman has a dog in her house. Interrupting her live stream. Okay, so yes, he has package disabler. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna click on the little thing up there, the little three dots up there, and then we're gonna scroll down and we're gonna choose enable all disable. Please hit enable all disable. We're gonna choose enable all disable. So it says you enabled a total of 10 packages. Hit OK. All the packages are enabled. If I go to where it says show disabled, it shows that 0 packages are disabled, so I'm good. Okay. And John is sending me some more updates. But again, you should come check out the live stream. Alright. So, now that we have all of the packages enabled, we can now turn off the phone. Okay? And we want to make sure that the phone is charged up to 60%, like it says on here in the instructions before we start. I'm at a lovely 59%. Oh, he's at a lovely 59%. Lovely 59%. So we're going to turn off. I'm going to hit the power button. And then I'm going to hit power off. And then power off again. Off. Then it'll turn off. You got to wait for it to turn off all the way. And I didn't put this on here, this on here, but because it's pretty self-explanatory. If you have a case like he does, remove it. Okay. So we're going to remove that case. Hey, what's up, Junior? Alright, so we got this. Okay, so the next step is going to be to take out the SIM card, okay? And the reason is because you want to take out the SIM card and the SD card. So after you take off your case, it's going to be on the top of the phone. It's going to be a little slot over in here. I don't know if you can see, guys. Yeah, just a little slit right there. Okay, alright. A little cylinder. There's a little hole. So you just gotta put a little pin in there. So I'm just gonna put a little pin. Poke it. And once you poke it, it pops open. Like pops open a little bit. And then you take it out. Ooh, lovely. Ah, the SIM card just fell. Okay. It fell onto the keyboard. Let me just pick it up. And then just put it back in the slot that it was in. So I guess when you do this, don't do it like me, having it tilted backwards so that the card doesn't fall out. But yeah, this is it right here, you guys. Alright, cool. So we got that out. Alright. So now that we have the phone off, we have the SIM card and the SD card out, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to press 3 buttons at the same time. It's going to be a little hard to see because this is a really dark jet black phone. But like it says here on the instruction, while your phone is off, you're going to press 3 buttons at the same time. And you're going to hold those 3 buttons until you get a blue screen with a warning sign that looks like this. Okay? And so those 3 buttons are going to be the volume down button, which is right here. So right here is my volume up button, but right here is my volume down button. The power button, which is a little further down here. And then the home button. The home thing. Okay, so you're going to hold it. And then, it's like, wah, warning, wah. Okay. And then it's going to have these options to continue by pressing volume up, or to cancel by pressing volume down, or the home button to show the barcode. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to continue, so we're going to hit the volume up button. Okay, and then it's going to go to this screen right here. And you can see it here as well, which is, this is called the download mode. And a lot of people get scared by this mode because it says, downloading, do not turn off your target. I mean, you definitely don't want to turn off your target if you want to flash it, but if you accidentally go to this screen, the way you get out of it is by, pressing volume down, the power button and the home button, and you hold it, and then it'll turn off and it'll reboot. But that's obviously for another tutorial, because we definitely want to be at the screen. Okay, so I'm going to plug my phone into my laptop via the USB Type-C cable, and then it is now time to flash. Okay, this is where the magic happens. Okay, so we know that it is connected correctly because you have this blue screen, and right here it says, hey, you added, it's been added. And the reason why it says removed is because, remember, I disconnected the phone to turn it off and take out the SD card. But yeah, here it says added, and then you have this little blue thing. Okay, so now it's time to start. And I'm gonna hold it up. And then you guys are gonna see what happens. It says Odin Engine V, and then it says File Analyze. Oops, I'm going to go a little further away. Okay, file analysis. And this process is part of the mother of patience process, where this will take a while. Remember, it's 5 gigs of information that's going into this phone. It's deleting it and reinstalling it and communicating back and forth. This is a process that takes a while, but it's an awesome process, because then your battery will be able to charge to 100%. And I'm looking down right now in the comment section to see if any of you guys have any questions or any funny things that you want me to repeat. I'm shameless. So, file analysis. File analysis. Oh, it's saying some stuff. It's saying some stuff. It's saying boot, recovery, system. Oh yeah, this is where we want to be. System. System, system, system. Okay, system. And then we have a green bar, which is great, and then we also have a white bar here. That's exactly what we want. So it looks like it's going through. Crossing our fingers. So far, so good, y'all. How long have I been live streaming? An hour and 10 minutes? I said it was going to take about 2 hours to do this process. Crossing my fingers. Oh my god. Just watching this green bar going and this bar going, like, it just makes me feel so happy. Like, now I know how everybody else was feeling when I would help them over the phone or on Messenger, and they're just like, oh my god, it's going, this is a bar. It's just so happy. Still going. It hasn't said fail. It still says systems. So that means something's working, right? Something is working. Oh, thanks, Karen. You're the best too. Thanks for joining me on this live stream, Karen and Renee. And again, Renee, I'm so sorry that those files didn't open up on the site. I'm going to definitely edit that, and then you can follow along this process. Hopefully it won't take you that long like me, because I was explaining a lot of things. But if you come across any snags or whatever, contact me or any of the Alliance members, and we'll be happy to help you out. Okay? And just to let you guys know as well, this isn't gonna be my only tutorial on how to flash the Note 7. I'm going to re-upload this video by doing some edits, of course. It's not gonna be a 2 hour and a half special. It's probably gonna be 15 minutes, I think, maybe the most. But yeah, I'll use screenshots from here to do this video. Oh my god, it's almost done, it's almost done! Gosh, reset, pass, woo! It's resetting! Alright, you see the little guy? What is he saying? He's saying installing system updates. But it's the updates that we want, okay? It is not the update that gives you the 60%. It's booting. And it's erasing. So now that it's saying that it's erasing, we can actually, unplug this. We could have been unplugged it when it said pass, but, I'm a little paranoid sometimes. But now that it's saying that it's erasing, I unplugged it. Okay. Hey, Wi-Fi! Galaxy Note 7, Android! Okay, it's rebooting the beautiful Samsung logo. Even though, we're putting our phones down to 60%. I still love you, Samsung. Okay, I'm always gonna love you. And you're gonna love me back, okay? We ain't going nowhere. We're gonna keep using this phone, okay? Just so that you know, Samsung. Alright. Ah, such a beautiful sound. The sound of rebirth. Yeah, that's right, Karen. We tell Samsung, it's okay. We know you're doing what you gotta do. We know you're doing what you got to do. But we ain't mad at you because we still finding a way. Okay? Please don't turn us off. We love these phones, okay? We're gonna keep it and cherish it forever. Well, I know I'm definitely gonna keep mine forever. And when the Note 8 comes out, I'm gonna have me a Note 8 and a Note 7 just because these are some badass phones. All right. So people sometimes they get scared of this process because they're like, "Oh my God, it's still loading. Did it break? It's not. It does. It's just it. This is normal because remember we just loaded so much information onto this phone. Okay, that now um it's starting. You know, it's just that's just what happens. This is normal. Don't be scared. You didn't break it. It's not bricked. Across the fingers. It's not bricked. Okay? It's just part of the process when it starts up and it's flashing. Alright, so there's this little thing here that says installing applications. And these are the applications that we want. And let me actually go to the tutorial here. So we've done all of these steps. Dun, 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 dun. And then it says, this is what we find look like. Sliding the application. Sorry for the exposure on this. Wah! Safety recall notice. Blah, 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 blah. Safety. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for letting us know about the safeties. It says installing applications. Alright. Welcome. Start. This is the welcome screen. You choose your language. I'm choosing English for my husband. And then I hit the start button. Insert SIM card to access network. But we're not gonna do that, okay? It just briefly said it and it flashed away. But we're not gonna do that because we don't want to connect this phone to the internet at all, whether it be via network or whether it be via Wi-Fi. So right here it says that the Wi-Fi is on. We're gonna turn that off, okay? I hit the off button on that, and then I'm gonna hit next. All right. So then here it's saying, oh, you need Wi-Fi to do all these wonderful things when we go through the setup part. But we're gonna say no, skip that anyways. I appreciate you trying to make my life easier, but that's gonna be counterintuitive. Now here it says, diagnostics. Do you want to send diagnostics to Samsung? I'm gonna say no, because we paranoid up in here. Okay, all right. We already been burned by Samsung. So we're going to say no. And then it says you need to agree to the user license. And I'm going to say, okay, I agree. Because I want to keep going. All right. I'm going to put in the first name, which is my husband's name. So I'm going to put it here. Okay. And then I'm going to hit next. And then it says here, protect your phone. Do you want to set a fingerprint, iris scanner, set a pin? No, thank you. That's what we're going to choose. We're going to choose no, thank you. No, thank you. We don't want to set anything up. We just want to get to the home screen. Skip. And then it says, hey, it's so awesome if you do this. It's to really help you out. You don't have to do it in the future. If you just do it right now, you say, skip anyway. All right, then again, now we have Google services. Now Google's like, hey, you want to connect to me? Let's be friends. Right in the beginning, we're going to say, no, I don't want help finding after my location. Yeah. All these things here, I'm just checking off no. Because we paranoid. Well, I'm paranoid. No, 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 no. Okay, and then we're gonna hit next. So I unchecked everything and I hit next. If you want to keep those things checked off, you could definitely do so. But I'm team paranoid. All right, so next is the AT&T start up and transfer. We're gonna hit next. And then it's gonna say, hey, you wanna start transferring all your information? You should turn on your Wi-Fi. Oh, that's so nice. You're telling me to connect to Wi-Fi. I'm still gonna keep it off. See, I hit the little off knob, the little off knob. Okay, and then we're gonna hit next. It's gonna say, hey, you need internet connectivity to transfer your information, and you're gonna say skip. Oh wait, nothing happened after that. Let me see what happens if I hit back. Oh no, next. Next. Oh, I'm gonna hit exit. Okay, so exit. Now Samsung is like, hey, Samsung, I'm Samsung. Let's be friends. Come on, connect to everything right now so that you don't have to do it later. And we're going to say, no, skip button. And then, hey, we're here on the home screen. And just because we're going to be a little bit extra paranoid, we're going to put it on airplane mode. All right, so there's the airplane mode. You'll tap on that. It's going to say, are you sure you want to put on airplane mode? You're going to be able to connect to the internet or do nothing. Say, turn that on. Turn that on. We're going to protect ourselves. We're going to go to the next part of the process, y'all. Okay? And so as you can tell, we've gone through all these processes. The next thing is going to be to protect our phone from going to the 60% again. And we're going to use this program called Debloater, which you can find this information here on the Note7 Alliance. All right. So